David, solid SHALAA, I'll get his name right to start. He was a good winner last time for you. Horses are racing well at the moment, and you must have been pleased to see him get his head in front.
Yeah, he's been a consistent horse without winning, but he does have a liking for the dirt. I think he's drawn well enough and has held his form, so hopefully we can get another win.
That win last time, it probably wasn't unexpected, I wouldn't have thought, given how well he'd run on the surface prior.
Yeah, we fancied him and he won. I think if you could have a 1400 metre dirt race, it'd be ideal, but he's fresh enough to run well at 1200.
Certainly put that to the race planning committee, I'm sure. He's gone up 5 pounds, obviously carries a bit more weight this time around, but do you think on this surface, given that you've kept him to it, there is a bit more still to come?
I think so. I think that it was a fair penalty, and he'll be able to carry that.
Your horses are racing extremely well at the moment, David. You must be delighted with the way things are going.
Yeah, we've had a good month and a good 2 months actually, so it may continue.
The horse he beat last time, Power, runs in an earlier race, so he could certainly have his form boosted come race 4.
Yeah, Power, I think, is in very good form, and hopefully he'll frank the form tomorrow.
Jamie, race 5 on Wednesday night is the feature of the evening of Class 2. You've got a couple of runners in the race. Let's start with Season's Wit. He's a horse who was making hay around Happy Valley, but he's got some sound or weather form.
Yeah, he goes along okay on there. He's probably a Happy Valley 1000 metre specialist, but when he gets up into Class 2, there's not a lot of sort of suitable races for him. But there is one coming up, so we're running here and then 3 weeks into that. But the horse is in good shape. He's come out of his last run well. He's just had a maintenance trial, and everything seems to be in order there with him. He's drawn a little bit tricky in 5 in a small field, but hopefully he jumps away cleanly and can go forward.
You'd certainly have to take some positives from his latest all-weather run. I mean, he was second off a pound higher behind one of his rivals this time and again in Exponential. So on that running, you'd certainly have to give him some sort of chance, wouldn't you? Yeah,
he's an each-way chance. He always goes to the races and puts his best foot forward, so hopefully he can do that again on Wednesday night.
Recent trial, finished 4th. Antoine Hamlin was on board. Was he happy with him?
Yeah, he was happy. He just he was only sort of 3 weeks between runs, but he is a good doing horse, so just maintenance. He didn't need to do too much.
Your other runner's a little bit further down the handicap, MAGNIAC, who will be the mount of Angus Chung, riding him for the second time. He's a winner on the all-weather, of course, and certainly handles it well.
Yeah, he does. He won well in Class 3, carrying a bit of weight with Huey on him, and got a lovely run that day. And he should get a good run again on Wednesday from a good gate. He's got no weight on his back, and he seems to be in good order. So, yeah, happy with him and looking forward to seeing how he goes.
He's looked a handy horse to sort of mix his surfaces, really, hasn't he, Jamie? I mean, obviously he's capable on turf for sure, but also on the all-weather. So I guess with that always, it does give you nice options going forward.
Yeah, he's probably like he won on a wet track at the Valley. He probably just prefers a little bit of easing in the ground, which he gets on the dirt. So, yeah, whether he's on his rating or not, whether he needs to get back down into Class 3, I'm not sure, but he's going to get his chance from a good gate with no weight on his back.
And finally, I mean, a bit like Seasons, but he's been to the trials this time up at Chung Fa, however, and he did win his trial. Has he taken well for that break up there?
Yeah, he does. He enjoys Chung Fa, that horse. He enjoys his races being spaced out a little bit as well. So this race has been the target for him for a while, and hopefully he can run well for the stable.
Karis, Sing Dragon, one of your rides at this all-weather meeting coming up on Wednesday night. That was a mightily impressive win last time.
Yeah, Nick, he was a good debut on the all-weather, and I thought he won with some guts towards the end. He won pretty easy.
He looked, Karis, clearly to have handled the surface really well. Obviously, you went forward on him. Did he give you the feel of a horse who really could excel on this surface?
Yeah, well, if you go back and watch all his trials, he's trialed really good on the all-weather, and I thought it was a good decision from Mark to run him on the all-weather, and I think he handled it pretty well. He did not really break well, but after a couple of strides, he really get into his momentum, and he found the front pretty easy, and into the straight was pretty good. The kick he showed me.
How important could it be with a horse like him? Obviously, very lightly raced overall, very lightly raced on the surface, taking on a few more exposed types, horses that you've ridden in the race. I guess that's certainly key with a horse like him going forward.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty smart. You know, I think he's got a lot of improvement to show it still. But on his last win, I think he can be really competitive. It's on a turf or on the dirt. So just looking forward to riding him again.
You take on the runner-up again, Victory Moments. I guess you'd be keen to try and confirm that form. I mean, he was closing you down late, but you won with plenty in hand.
Yeah, like I said, I thought I won the race halfway in the straight already. So I thought if a horse came and challenged him, he would have liked that and still sort of challenged them. So it's gonna be a good battle again. But if we get the right one, I think he's gonna run his best again.
He's going to break from barrier 6, same as last time. I guess that doesn't uncomplicate things at all.
Yeah, not really. I think it's gonna be okay for him. I think he's gonna get himself in the right position and he's gonna do his best in the straight.
Lyle, YELLOWFIN is a horse you know extremely. In fact, I think you're the only man to have actually won on this horse, and very consistent. Loves the all-weather. Looks another strong chance Wednesday night.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He's very consistent, and I must say, galloped him the other day, and I thought his form was sort of where he was when he was winning. Although he has continued to run well since. I think that 1200 last time just put a bit of life back into him and sharpened him up. So yeah, he's feeling very good, and you know, you always a chance going into a race with a horse like him.
I mean, given that he obviously has won over this trip, I guess stepping back up in distance is going to be key for him, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he does enjoy it. He is versatile, and I think because he's a decent type, he can run well over various trips. But he has shown his best form, I would say, probably over course and distance. So yeah, going to the races, I think we can have confidence in where he is.
I know you didn't ride him last time, but he had a bit of a tough trip from gate number 12. He's got 10 this time. I mean, in your mind, looking at the race, going into it on paper, how much more difficult does that make it?
Yeah, I thought it was quite a difficult map this time round, although he will still be nearer the front of the race. There's 2 inside with leading claims as well, so I don't mind taking a sit in him. He ran really well when I took a sit last time, but he can't go back from his draw, so hopefully we get a bit of luck, either getting to the front or those 2 stretch along and we can get a position. And if we do, and he has a smooth trip in the first half of the race, well, then he'd be the one to beat towards the finish.
Yeah, he does look a strong chance for sure. And just finally looking back on the weekend, the Omen winner of Easter weekend got up, Flaming Rabbit. Nice to get him back in the winner's enclosure.
Yeah, very nice. You know, he was one of my favourite horses and the horses that I was most looking forward to this season. And obviously things didn't go according to plan with his setback, and it's taken him a little bit of time, but a win like that, full of merit, was great to see, and hopefully he can go on.
He might just get a bit further, mightn't he, as well?
Well, that's the plan. I think we'll look down the line. Yeah, you know, he's actually, although he's got all that speed, he relaxes really well too. So it's definitely an option going forward.